Ride that bitches like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole thought. Yeah, ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about anymore. I need a Vaselina like my Nina Puffer bar. Took a Zach, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like a dart. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Tsung. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Hopper free. Try to hope it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Throw them boys, we taking note. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UPK rules. I make hits like I can't lose. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, the whole court. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas, get your knife and your fork. They ain't locked in with the count and with the speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad, got them tied down and outdone. You can't do with them steppers. Niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I read that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, we whole thought. Yeah, ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, so that bitch is either or. I told you niggas, you ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. And I just made the call. We gon' start another war. Yeah.
Buckroll.
This shit gon' ride.
You'll never see another nigga like this. Used to have that white bitch popping on the night shift. Now I'm one westward, sharper than the ice pick. On you rappers' necks and it's feeling like some vice grips. Yeah, that's light shit. Send my bro a kite quick. Ties of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see. Most of them scared to witness. Go on, close your eyes. There's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll probably grip like some dentures. Runners on them fences. 23 and 1 out. Praying that that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain, riding on these whole rappers. My hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury. I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. It's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Gun on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on this war in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in this world in my whole life, my whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, it got me on the level supersonic, my bomb atomic. And you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Dasani, my wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I'm made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home and change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her. They don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain. It's a shame. That's why I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that guy flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Tahoe Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op heard. Lighters in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. You can't. The streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know lie. Gotta got my heart and my bow tie. Waiting on the storm in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know lie. Gotta got my heart and my bow tie. Living in the storm in my whole life. My whole life.
From Westworld. Let's get it. Don't be sure, tell them make sure. If not, we gon' make more. Clips say it hold 20, but I think it could take more. Grab a stick, fire on your camp, we gon' make s'mores. I ain't satisfied with my spot, then I'ma take yours. No matter how many roadblocks in my way, I'ma break forward. This path I'm on is so damn narrow, I just stay forward. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, I just ate more. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, give me 8 more. Nigga, I don't sugarcoat shit, bitch, I'm straightforward. Don't give a fuck if they don't let me in, I just break doors. Ballin' so hard, they asking what team that I play for. Scammer who? They ain't stopped making guns when they made yours. Sick with it. Feeling like I woke up with stage 4. They ain't want the piece loose, what they opened up the cage for. Endure the pain, been through hard times is what I'm made for. Paid my dues, never left a wage, I just rage roar. So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world. Got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
Still against all enemies. In high school, you was the man that's lost memory shit. Lost energy, never lost my energy. Never lose control, never losing. Dog, I plan to keep you. Lose your mind where I'm from. I ain't talking from what you see. I never lost soul. Losing time, wasting steady pacing. You off track, I'm on that. You pray to God, hoping he can save you. But the power about war, and that's a different angle. This another lost cause, and I'm just adding to the list. They not seeing me for that reason. Got a flash on the grip. Nigga, big priest. They gon' judge me by my increase. And I'ma keep stepping in these joys to the increase. Just got off the phone with Jacob, and he said it's time to shine. Certified, blue dot, put it on you, now you verified. One West world, bigger than World War III. Do not sleep, it's not cheap, and it's still top 3.
So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world. Got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
Came on boats and then chains. So when I get rich, I'ma grab a boat and 10 chains with 12 ribs from each tribe. And each rib gonna have at least 3 kids. Yeah, I'ma have the deep squad. Been rapping since knee high. Now a nigga shack size. Spit that holy fire. When you hear it, you get baptized. One West world, yeah, you niggas know the logo. And I'ma bust it down so the haters see the glow. Let's have a feast, let's shine on our enemies. Right in their face, let's blind all our enemies. Cause now we have, but we come from half not. Throw that cash on the ground, my nigga, let's cast lots. I started from the bottom, birthed out of mud, raised by gangsters, turned out a thug, I ain't give a fuck. Burnt out I was, from hitting licks in and out and selling nicks in the drop.
So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from from the blood of a slave. This is our world. Got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past. Don't be a story in my page.
All right, this is Rooted Speech, man. We got Captain Tywar in the building. Yeah. So, Cap, man, let us know where you from.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me, man, on Rooted Speech, man. Listen, I'll break it down right quick,
don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I finish, one West when I start. Big shine. Big glow, I be gone till November, let my bitch know. I'm back by the winter, bubbling like Crisco. I need my pockets all swollen like a lymph node. Talking out the side of your neck, get you a slit throat. I stay broke, don't care if I got $1 million. Looking down on me, I put your brains on the ceiling. Fuck kicking down the door, we bout to demo the building. Fake cats all in these groups, I wonder who ya. Shoot ya off your pulpit, hallelujah. 4-pound gun youngin' down like it's a cougar. On my feet, combat boots, or is it Puma? Words spreading around about me, none of it rumor. All truth, very big facts. Very large caliber on very small cats. Compact pistols, ladders, and all that. About to throw the switch in the Nina for rapid fire. Got the 5.7 equipped with the magnifier. Boom shakalaka, equipped with the rim rocker. We ain't really got beef, yeah, Ramak with a bin shot ya. The best rhymer, since Pac and Big Papa. Big llama, big juice, I'm Big Jamba. Quarter tank of gas, I ride like a big timer. No informer, no sweat, not inside of my conglomerate. Wreck like King Kong. No Asian pun me, no chink in armor. Remain calm through our pain that bring drama. Stay focused on things that bring commas. Took all pressure, blood, and made diamonds. Stayed true, kept shit pure, my name honored. Paid all dues and debts and kept promise. Make sure you show respect, pay homage. That I'm one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I said I've been one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I'm the hottest on the market, don't make me start it. I'ma pull up in a Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I remember days was trapping out the apartment. Now one West about put me up in a starship. About to fly the friendly skies in this bitch. Spit the truth on the corners, I lie a little bit. I'm a stand-up nigga, I die before I switch. Down, no we up, I'm cool with who I with. I'ma be war the king and stay dangerous. Hold down the biz and fam, remain blameless. Now rappers drippy with styles we made famous. First with studs and spikes in any city. Designing charge a stack for shit that can't fit me. Had fringes on my coattail way before Jimmy. Funny how the general ain't even see a penny. Better show respect, get smoked like a chimney. Keep my name out your mouth, don't even think it. Send a real Smith at y'all, no Jada Pinkett. Both ball heads, my grain a $1.50. Lost my man to the game, that pain that stuck with me. Had to find a cheat code to the street though. Cause the niggas getting fouled, shoot you like a free throw. Keep spitting acid like a Mino. And the nigga be the nicest with a mean flow. Try to ride my wave, you gon' need a speedboat. I'm hot like 100 degrees in a peacoat. Scarf in the sweater, I embark every letter. It's UPK, not a park, but together. Homie, I've been one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West when I start. One West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my lives. Should a murderer go to to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog.
It's a dog.
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 I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the brutal show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog.
It's a dog.
Payback is a dog.
It's a dog.
Payback is a dog.
It's a dog.
Payback is a dog.
It's a dog. Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. There was design fire for our babies to pass through in the day of our king's reign. I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog.
It's a dog.
Payback is a dog.
It's a dog.
Payback is a dog.
It's a dog.
Payback is a dog.
It's a dog. Bust the head.
ODing on the beat, Narcan flow. We outside. We outside with it. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in the store, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one west for that bag and we outside. We outside.
I got the world in the palm of my hand. One West sleeve stretch, do it live on the gram. Had a whole world viewing. Click and subscribe. Had them niggas off the block, tell them shooters they want a job. I just put them on the payroll. When I get control them, I just mold them like they Play-Doh. Soldiers giving Halo, trying to get up at them pesos. 40 cows send you out of space, Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, leave you all boxed up. All cause my delivery. I be on that prime shit. Take you time to get with me. Got me like Vladimir. Treat you like the Ukraine. Range your little city, now you boating like Usain. Scope costs more than the rifle. I got new aim. Fresh kick, spit with the blick. Not my shoe game. Used to have a dirty 30 tied to a shoestring. Now I got that Ruger 5 and 7. That's my boot thing. That temperature's getting hot. We take it outside. You run your mouth up in the store. We take it outside. I got my killers with me. You won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mess and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one West for that bag and we outside. We outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mess and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one West for that bag and we outside. We outside. I don't talk hardly. Be there when you call me. Send them Philly clippers at your head like a baldy. Chopper get to run down your block like a Harley. No, this ain't a big hog. This the big dog.
In your city, swinging through the jungle like it's pitfall. In the water wading, marching to my cadence. Big burst of thunder in my hands like I'm reading. Shitty little combat sounds, but I ain't playing.
Look 'em in the eye before the war like a weigh-in. I'm up in the AM, politicking movements with that Draco from the vid because it's proven. Waiting on my brother how to bid, he ain't do shit. That's how life go. Win some, you lose. Seen a little nigga beat a big nigga out his shoes. Seen that nigga come back, pull up with a gun strap, rob everybody outside, told him run that. We outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, yeah, we outside. Before the COVID had the mess and we was outside. My Glock loaded extra mag and it's outside. It's one West for that bag and we outside. Outside, yeah, we outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. We outside, and we outside. Outside, yeah, we outside. We outside, yeah, we outside. There's one West on them corners and we outside. We outside with it.
Call me Lisa 2Jeezy. I make that shit look easy. How bitches come and they greet me, they teach me. Bitches ain't shit and they never will be. I still see hoes on my nuts, but they can't feel me. But really though, I'm in beast mode with the flow. And it's 10 in the morning, I get up and this you know that I look into the mirror through my eyes. I see my soul. I see a true ass priest, Prince of Israel. Yes, bro. I be freshen up, wash up, a true nigga. Throw on my goal, it should go, you know me, cuz. Slip out that door with my 4th dimension cologne. Shine out TLC, Israel, you know what we own. Then I call up, cut this up. Wasn't much, just refresh with some young stars. Make some noise with this music, with some lost tribes. Yeah, nigga, yeah. Now I know that times may change, but bitch, I'm still the same. Yeah, and I know this a crazy ass game. They really ain't a thing. And they know that gun gon' bang. Ain't tryna die today. Whoa, and they know what we all gon' say. Bitch on UPK, hey bitch on UPK. I can't even think about you right now. Yeah, I'm chillin' with the homies and you know how I put down. I'm cool and I'm just sippin' while fucking with these little bitches. I guess up on my neck, got these hoes so consistent. It's so relentless that I just come back with stats in my backpack. I gotta make a track. Man, fuck what you're talking about, that bitch is a net. Now I don't smoke no crap, but shoot a nigga from the back. I just on the block, now these bitches won't come out. Me and Cud chillin', got Modelo's in the south. Niggas be muggin', but I name it in their mouth. Cause they know how Prince Sharp Mom put it down. Down, did it down. Hot in my coupe, cruising around town. AR in the back on the ground. Glizzy on the mount. Bitches want water like I'm a fountain. They follow to the house. Well, shit, this ain't even my house. But, top ass bitches, they wanna lounge. Want me dog it out like a hound. But look what I found. When you're up, they all wanna come around. But when you're down, they just kick you on the ground. Lame ass nigga, he that bitch master. Lame ass buster, you fucking cracker. Judas ass boy, you backstabber. Yeah.
Big soldier, nigga. Just give me a reason. Fuck peace, getting even. Won't beef with me. Taking over, nigga. Yeah. Let me make it clear. They want the cloud, we want the zone. That's the way it is. I'm about to start a fire. Whole team full of riders. They be dead on the ride, boy. Ain't gon' be no survivors. Big soldier, nigga. Come on. Don't care where it is. They want the cloud, we want the zone. That's the way it is. I'm repped out, tell them watch your mouth. You know we gon' bend your block. I'ma walk in time bomb. I go viral. You niggas like TikTok, yeah. This ain't what you want. Tell them throw in the towel. We make niggas hit the clock in with our toe fire, rain brimstone. They gon' think that you live a lie. We ain't got no picks. We want it all. We gon' make you pick a spot. We knocking on the door, so let us in. Or you know we gon' pick the locks. We in the field for real. Every day while y'all just say watch. We making enemies our foot stores. I don't know nothing about a op. It's it. One try when I rock out. I'm like David when I sling shots. I'm putting attachments on everything. Y'all want me to connect the dot. This drum got 50 unreleased hits. You don't want to be the next to drop. I put them in a box and make that shit double wood. You don't want to be the next to flop. Yeah. Niggas feeling themselves. Get a shovel, tell them dig the plot. Can't fit you with your man's in it, just tell him get a bigger box. Cause I'll put you in one and knock you out one. Call him my nigga knock. I'll put your song on, cut it on mute, and then tell you that shit was hot. Big soldier, nigga. Just give me a reason. Fuck peace, getting even. Won't beef with me. Taking over, nigga. Yeah. Let me make it clear. They want the cloud, we want the zone. That's the way it is. I'm about to start a fire. Whole team full of riders. They be dead on the ride, boy. Ain't gon' be no survivors. Big soldier, nigga. Come on. Don't care where it is. They want the cloud, we want the zone. That's the way it is. Big soldier, nigga. I come in the name of the boss. So my niggas that is wartime. Already wait the calls. That point shoot bitch. Red Dead Redemption. Got them niggas scared to whisper. Is you with us or against us? Can't stop to the zone loud. I don't think you get the picture. It come from my head, I'm giving them lead. The preacher give him a scripture. Flow cold style vicious. Niggas sweeter than the missus. Got soldiers posted. I put them on your roof. Merry Christmas. Bring hither and slay him. Got the Glock, got the book of loot. Keep it stick like Dumbledore. Play dumb, I'ma let it loose. Call my gun harmony. Call my main bitch Betty Boop. He the truth, I'ma need the proof. Got stripes like Beetlejuice. Hit his ass like a Louisville. Hit him low, then I hit him high. Bring him home to the umpire. Give him bars like Wi-Fi. Turn the booth to a bonfire. Little bitch, I'm a live wire. I ride like a cocktail. It's on mine when I ride by. Big soldier, nigga. Just give me a reason. Fuck peace, getting even. Won't beef with me. Taking over, nigga. Let me make it clear. They want the cloud, we want the zone. That's the way it is. I'm about to start a fire. Whole team full of riders. They be dead on the ride, boy. Ain't gon' be no survivors. Big soldier, nigga. Come on. Don't care where it is. They want the cloud, we want the zone. That's the way it is.
I heard they coming for blood, I'ma be coming for more. Give me the floor, they better come with a mop. I'ma be making it pour. Nigga, I'm raw, fly with the hammer like Thor. Found on my ops in the morgue, tell I'm a four. I'ma be bombing these lanes, understand how and war. I've been the lead, time to get back in the street. Time to get back on my feet, hats on the read. Check out, we came from the east. Wait till my dogs are released, heard they was sleep. So we gon' wake them up, put them up in the sky. The Lord gon' take them up. I take on anybody, think he brave enough. I've been the same and I ain't never changing up. I'm in my zone, hit up my cellular phone. Tell me whatever he on, I take that scouter. He on them perks and that powder. Homie ain't really that strong, I'm like a dog. Better yet, Benny King, I keep a lion head on my pinky ring. I keep a shield. Boy, you see everything. G43, Symphony, let it sing.
You ain't too, you crazy. Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rapper, busy man, shit, nigga. They take their head over, nigga. I read what Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cop can stretch the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gonna get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening. Is it fact if revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jake. So I war, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell should've never kidnapped my family. I can't be too baby, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit light. It ain't on who got the gun, it's on who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. 6 shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow sign, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my bread, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get it, boy, lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his gang, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
Don't let them take you out, your spirit gotta stay focused. Can't go back living how I was, cause it's repulsive. I don't ask for much, that's all I ever wanted. And not killing, die by hundreds, you can quote me. Yeah, these hoes for the streets, they ain't holy. I ain't pulling up the spiritual when devils kiss your boots. We ain't no cowards, please don't say what you gon' do. Or post something on the internet you think you gotta prove. Cause I got Karak Ice, I got Shia War, got Kasarpakai, I got Imawan, got Kabataban, I got Tazaba, got Kakamaima, got Karanyala, got Yaragabar, Tribe of Issachar, bring out Gobble War. Couple young men in this bitch with an olive oil. If you ain't in these ranks, then you out of order. It's a time for everything right now, it's time for war. And I'm still the same nigga when I'm not recording. I pull up, shoot from half like I'm Michael Jordan. I don't think they fit to join the Lord's army. I survived a Christian church, moral of the story. I done beat so many demons, I got war stories. Garment look so hardcore, look like I morphed on him. Appetite for battle, yeah, I'm war hungry. I ain't choose this life, the Lord chose me. I'm a certified priest and I don't take that lightly. How I feel about this shit, yeah, I can't describe it. I know they mad at me, cause I can't trust the white man. I gird up my loins and did something mighty. Yeah, what's done in private, it's gonna come to light. Speak the truth into these bones and watch them come to life. All my friends are dead, let loose all the plagues, yeah.
practice, not a game, not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We're talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that? And we're talking about practice.
Best believe that I'm top 3. The only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Put me anywhere other than one that is not me. It's beef, we strut a nigga block, that's chopped cheese. No peace, the butterfly sting him, that's Ali. You reach, I teach him with the handle, that's Kyrie. Machines you hook like a Roman, that's IV. You a sheep, I'ma go, it's a difference, so watch me. You weak, all hooks, no punches, so block these. They mock me, I just show them how it goes. Try to stomach this thug life. They brain got the nose, bandana on the grip. All heads coming out the foe, connected from Cali to New York, niggas, so let it go. Made for this. Nigga, I eat bars and drink flows, thinking you woke into your third eye peephole. Line for line, this shit too easy, it's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early, this bitch a cheat code. It ain't a game, these niggas lame, state bring a shame. If I'm with an officer, it's a number in his name. We ain't the same, you want the easy pass, tell him change his lane. Shit, I've been through the fire, you can't stand the rain, take an aim. Tell him running, he can try his best. Drive a car named after me, that's why I'm in the vet. Laughing these niggas once again, and I ain't break a sweat. Number one at everything I do, that's why I'm one west. The Lord is not the God of the dead, so when I die, coming back for my spot, so forever I'm top 3. Just tell him to watch this janitor with the mop stick. You gonna need a defensive lineman to block this. On point when I bomb shit, 10 for 10, I do not miss. I'm barking with a full bulldog, it is not mixed. They can see that my mind's sick, I don't write, I find shit. I don't like it, then I switch. If I touch it, it's diamond. Tell a bitch that I'm God sent. It ain't because my kicks is built like 5'6", 5'7", is my bitch. Dangerous, high risk. I lose it, get another one. You think I'm talking about a girl? I'm talking about another gun. Head now? Hey, look, it is what it is now. We don't fuck with the house niggas. We burn the crib now. I'm ahead now. And I hope they can hear now. I don't care if you think it's it, nigga, I don't fear clown. Silences make it sound like raindrop, that's a quiet storm. Get the job done in the view and get fired on. If you niggas standing for nothing, what you dying for? If you put real with real, that's how I was born. Walk in this bitch ready for war, I'm in riot form. I want these niggas to see me flex, that's why I am armed. I shouldn't live in the crib, nigga. I should buy a farm to go through this shit so effortless. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is, I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is, I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is, I'm not 2 and I'm not 3.
Drop dummy.
I know you wanna marry a priest, but first I gotta wait and see. You know you gotta. And I know you wanna feel my touch, but girl, it ain't no rush. I'ma teach you just hush and just. I can tell from the first day you was all in. Gave you my number, you start texting and calling. You ain't waste no time, lil' mama persistent. When I teach about the scriptures, you be quiet and listen. You had a few questions, so I answer with no hesitation. How the white man the devil, why we need separation, why you can't have your kid birthday celebration. We greatly deceived by the dragon, that's in Revelation. Baby chill, you just gotta be patient. I know your thoughts racing, it's a lot of information, but you want to learn, so I'll be glad to teach you. Cause once we locked in, I never leave you. I know you want to marry a priest, but first I gotta wait and see. You know you gotta. And I know you wanna feel my touch, but girl, it ain't no rush. I'ma teach you just hush and just. Now it's time to move to phase 2. We've been talking for a year, you ain't changed, been the same.
Allah Panya Barak Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Brakatah. We can't hear you, sir.
You're on mute. Joe Mahayaman, you're on mute.
I think
there you go, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Consor, we hear you.
Let's get it on, Harlem. Clap it up.
Come on, raise your volume a little bit.
Who do we have in here with us tonight?
Right now we got Windsor, Canada, sir.
Give Windsor, Canada a hand. Where it's cold up north.
And headquarters.
Say again.
And headquarters.
And headquarters, Jerusalem, the best place on earth. Give them a hand.
That's right.
I'm sorry?
That's right, sir.
You ready to get on? We're going to get it on tonight. We'll do this class tonight. We're going to go into the IUIC, the purple pigs of the IUIC, and show you in the IUIC, all you're seeing is the corruption of the world coming into the Hebrew Israelite community. Right. That's all you're seeing. The same old corruption of our oppressor that worked so well in the Muslim mosque, that worked so well in the Christian church, is now attempting to do its work in the Hebrew Israelite community. It's the same filth, the same sinful nature, the same abuse that happens in the Christian church has now come into the Hebrew Israelite world. And we'll explain all of that tonight. I'll also take your questions. We're here with the young warrior tonight, allowing me the use of his office. Give the young warrior Mayan a hand. Hand me that drink whenever you get a chance, brother. I appreciate it. And also, we're getting it on TikTok as well. And that's that. I'll take your questions now whenever you're ready. Give me a different cut.
Consor, just lower just a tad bit. So Kawak, myself, and I think another brother in the room have a question, sir. Kawak?
I'll take you, Harlem. You're up.
Salakia, sir. How you doing, sir?
Go, warrior.
I want to know, with weed, right? Since weed is illegal, right? And a lot of brothers is doing a lot of weed smoking, right? So, is the secondhand smoke or the contact unlawful?
Is contact smoke unlawful? No. Contact smoke is absolutely not unlawful unless you're there to get the contact smoke. You understand? And there are some people out that go to places so that they can get a contact high. Like if you have friends in the world and you go hang around with your friends in the world and you know that they are drug addicts and you sit in a car with them with the windows rolled up, of course, you're only thinking about the Bible and the scriptures. But your friends, of course, are getting high. You know they're getting high. You're in that car because you want to get high. Does that make sense?
Sir.
That's why you're there. You're there so that you can get high. So if you're around people that get high, don't get in that car. Say, listen, I gotta get out this car, Rock. Y'all smoking in this car, man. You're gonna have me complicit in your own sickness.
Right.
And of course, these friends that you're around, do they come to class with you?
These ain't friends. These ain't friends or nothing. I don't hear you, sir.
I said, go ahead. Tell me about the friends.
These ain't friends. This is brothers that's in my building. So it's like a good 7 to 8 of them, and all they do is smoke weed in the front lobby all day. So when you come in, you are walking through a weed fest.
No, that has nothing to do with you. That's their sin, not yours.
The water, sir.
You get my point? I'm just giving you the different scenarios that could make you culpable for their sin. And in that scenario, you aren't sinning at all.
Sir, the water.
No sweat. Any other questions? Asher, am I frozen online? It seems
you're freezing up a little bit, sir.
I'm freezing up. There's nothing I can do about that, right?
Is your internet connection a little low?
I don't know. I thought it was strong. I can't call it. I don't know. I gotta ask Mayan. Hell.
Also, if there's other devices that are connected to the internet where you're at, if they can log off for a moment.
I'm on TikTok. Am I jamming it up with the TikTok?
Are you using only one phone?
I'm using one phone, correct?
Yeah, that could be interrupting the broadcast because you're
what
using
should I-
two different apps on the same phone, sir.
No, I mean I'm on the computer and on the phone.
No, I don't think then that would interfere.
Okay. All right, let's see what happens. It seems like my lag is pretty bad.
Sir, it is.
Okay, you want me to try something different?
Yes, sir.
All right, hold on. I might have to come off my live for a second, TikTok. All right.
Come on, sir.
What do I do? 1 second. Okay, how the hell do I come off of that? Bear with me. I'm trying to get the fuck off of that. I'm just gonna turn it off.
Hey, shalom, brothers and sisters. Once again, this is General Mahayaman here. Listen, I see something in the IUIC. I see something in them. You know what they are? The IUIC, they are a bunch of coons. And then I know it's rare to you out there because usually a coon is a Christian. Usually, you know, the classic coon figure to us is some preacher who hates black people, but always wants to please white people. The IUIC, they are a bunch of coons. Now I see it. Now I see why they call us gangsters. They call Commanding General Yohana a gangster. And the ISUPK, we're a bunch of gangsters and we're thugs. And they talk about our music and they say the ISUPK's music is gangster music. Music for thugs. Now I see who you are. You see, you being an Israelite can confuse some people. It doesn't confuse us, however.
Clap it up. Give him a hand. That's the IUIC. I mean, I don't know what else I can do for you. How am I doing now? Like, it seems like I'm better, right?
Sir, right now it's a little better.
Okay. Any more questions in Harlem?
Abadia has a question, sir.
Abadia, let's hear it, warrior.
Salam, sir. This is the one I asked you about, Song of Solomon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so basically, it's about 1 and 5. Basically, I put up a post basically explaining black in Song of Solomon is means like in contrast. So I just wanted to get a breakdown to make sure I got this right. So like not black, but as in black but comely. And Song of Solomon implies contrast. So knowing that black, or what we understand as nigga, is a derogatory term Solomon called himself. That's correct, right?
That is absolutely correct. And that is a perfect understanding of what black is in the Bible. When you hear black in the Bible, it is used as a negative that we made a positive. That's how it has always been used. Solomon said, I am black yet comely. I am black yet beautiful, meaning even though I'm black, I'm still beautiful, because black was always a derogatory term that Israelites used as a positive. The things that they hate about us, the things that are so derogatory, and the stereotypes about us, we don't allow those stereotypes to ruin how we look at ourselves, to destroy our self-esteem. And we've been doing that in the Bible. We did that. Read the scripture for him, outstanding work too, Ibaja. And you reminded me of something else. Let me tell you another thing about the IUIC. Those purple pigs, corrupt cops. They hate Latinos.
Right.
They hate Latinos. If you are a Latino in the IUIC, you have no self-respect. You hate yourself. You hate your tribe. You hate La Raza. You hate South and Central America. You hate your people. There is no way that a self-respecting Latino could join the IUIC. If you can, then you also can join the Ku Klux Klan, the Christian church, and the Muslim mosque. I'm going to prove it tonight that the IUIC hates Latinos. Read the precept, Bob.
Solomon 1 and 5. I am black, but comely.
I am black, but what?
Comely.
I am black, but comely. But means why? Because saying you're black would usually indicate that you're not beautiful. The term comely means beautiful. But he's saying, I'm black and beautiful. I am black and meaning, but meaning, even though I'm black, I'm beautiful. Not I am black and beautiful. I am black but beautiful.
If I may, sir.
Please go ahead.
Salakia, another discrepancy that people had. I know you broke this down years ago when I first came into the truth, but people, I know you've heard this one. Verse 5 isn't even Solomon talking.
Go ahead.
Salakia, what's the exact cut for that?
No, keep reading. I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem. That is Solomon to my memory. Doesn't it say,
right.
O ye daughters of Jerusalem?
Sir.
Okay, what was your point then?
So basically, they try to say 1 to like 6 is all the woman talking. Because they try to say 6 when it says, my mother's children were angry with me and I couldn't take care of my own vineyard. Why would Solomon do that if he's a prince's son? No, a king's son, rather.
Yeah, that's a lie. That's Solomon talking right there.
Count on count,
Solomon. The Song of Solomon is a duet between one black man and all of his wives singing back to him. That's what the Song of Solomon is. Where we have who else is in here with us tonight? Who was that up there in the corner?
Charlotte joined us, sir.
Maybe Charlotte, North Carolina, a hand. Get it on. All right. Any other questions?
Yes, sir. We got a few more questions in Harlem, sir.
Am I still dragging bad?
Con, sir.
I don't know how to fix it. I got a slow.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead, Warrior.
I just wanted to clarify. You didn't want to deal with day assignment today, or you did?
Say that one more time.
You didn't want to deal with that day assignment BS, or you did?
I'll deal with everything. Let me just get down a few of these questions, and we'll deal with that. What Ibaja is talking about is some garbage called the Day of Simon, which I halfway don't even know what in the hell that is. It's some made-up religious holiday that the IUIC celebrates, which is ridiculous and nonsensical. But yeah, we'll go into it. Let me get a few of these questions right.
Count on count. I'll keep it in the.
Okay, I don't know what's going on.
Con, sir. If I may, sir. According to the description and all that, right? Exactly who can wear mitris, if I could, sir, right? Of course.
Is the precept you want to read?
We have a scripture in Exodus 28:4, where the mitri was given to Aaron and his sons. Right. And I just wanted to know exactly who can wear mitris, because of course you have fake Israelites who would try to make requests for mitris, and we would reflect their request, or deflect rather, right? So I just wanted to make sure that mitris is for the priests only, if I could, sir, right? I think it's frozen, sure.
General, you there? Need something?
No.
General Mahayaman.
You're a coon. That's why you use nigger in a derogatory way, because you think you're a good black person and you think everyone else is a nigger. You are a hateful group of racists against your own people. Just like that coon in Django Unchained. That's who you are. You're a coon.
Joe Mahayaman?
Okay.
While we wait for General Mahayaman to come back, you there, General Mahayaman? I just heard you say something, sir.
I'm back. It seems like we're not dragging anymore. Am I right?
Right now, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, clap it up. Let's get it on. I think we good right there. Okay.
It's lucky, General. Was you able to hear my question, sir, or do you want me to say it again, sir? Oh, maybe it's me. It's my fault.
Come on, Benjamin. I think I'm back. Go ahead.
Come, sir. Who can wear mitri, sir, if I could?
And explain what you were asking for?
Come, sir. I was saying I just wanted to check to make sure that we right, because I tell brothers that who's not in the world. I'll tell them that they cannot wear mitris because they're not priests. You know what I mean? Because mitri is for priests according to Exodus 28:4, if I could, sir.
Okay, but what's the scenario you're talking about? Are you saying that someone in a fake Israelite group called us to make mitris for them?
All the time, so they'll try to cop some. They'll try to cop a UPK mitri, sir.
And what are they going to do with the mitri if we made it for them?
I could not tell you, sir. I don't know.
Okay. Now, you're not telling me that someone in the UPK is making mitris for fake Israelites, are you?
That's not what I'm saying, sir. No one in there is doing that. And
we would. I got you.
Okay, come on, sir.
So, should you make a? Should you? Let me try to put it to you in another way. Cops carry guns, right?
Go to Wakan, sir.
And do cops believe that they should carry guns?
Go to Wakan, sir. Chill out, right? So, Slucky, so I'm not sure if you can hear me, sir. It froze again, all right?
Yeah, let me. I think I gotta fix something out. Play another commercial real fast. I'm gonna try to fix it. All right.
Come on, sir.
Coalition of crooked cops who have a history of violating the rights of black people, abusing black people, because you're a coon. Well, listen, tune in this Monday. This Monday, I'm going to do a class on the IUIC. A class, okay? I'll break down them and other famous coons throughout history and show you the relation, all right? So listen, don't worry about it. We'll deal with the whole thing. Tune in this Monday. Right after my class, you can stand by for commanding General Yahana Kwame Yasha Allah. Hey,
Shalom, Lord in Christ, everyone that's viewing the video right now. We want to go over a few promotions that's happening pretty soon. The first one we're going to be promoting is the debate between Captain Tazariak and some person who calls himself Elder Yara. This debate is going to be on crossthelineradio.com. I repeat, crossthelineradio.com. We created this website so that way we don't have to deal with YouTube or any other platforms denying streaming abilities towards us. So go to crossthelineradio.com where you will be able to get all the debates, any special content, all types of content that we'll be putting on this new platform. So the new debate is in June 25th at 7 p.m. You can purchase your tickets now. It's going to be between Captain Tazariak of the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge and some guy in the world who calls himself Elder Yara. You can get those tickets again on crossthelineradio.com, okay? Get another General Mahayaman video.
General Mahayaman here, man. I just wanted to say Thawada to all of the brothers and sisters, man, that we'll be celebrating the Most High's high holy day tonight. This is the feast where we celebrate and thank the Most High for feeding us. We thank him for providing for us. We thank him for bringing in the harvest that could not come in without his blessings. It's the proof that the Most High has kept his end of this covenant. He feeds us. He protects us. He brings in our harvest. And because of that, we owe him our loyalty. We owe him our belief. We owe him our labor in keeping his commandments and doing his work. And the Most High always keeps up his end of the agreement. So we are obligated to keep up ours. Also,
how are we looking, Doc? We good to go?
Right now it seems 12, sir.
All right, clap it up again. Let's go back at it. See me one more time, Mayan, to celebrate. We're back in. All right. Benjamin, go ahead, Doc. So fake Israelites want to buy our mitris? No, la'ai, they can't have one.
That's right. That's right.
Imagine that. Imagine a cop If a cop wears a gun, but if you wear a gun, a cop shoots you. You understand? Right. He doesn't allow you the same rights as an officer of the law. Well, in the UPK, we don't allow some sinner the same rights as an anointed priest who sacrificed his life for the law. You want to see some fake Israelite coming out the tranny house with a mitre on? Is that what you want? Huh? You want them sitting in your lobby? You want them sitting in your lobby in Brooklyn smoking weed with a mitre on? You want to see them being purple? You want to see being purple and LGBT and murdering some sister with your mitre on? You don't want that. I pray that. It's nice making mitres. It's even better being a member of the UPK, because making a mitre for someone outside the school will allow you to not be in the school. You'll both be out there with no mitres. But you brothers, you got to tell. I know you love to sew, but you better be careful, because if I ever find out that someone in the UPK made a mitre and a garment for some fake Israelite to smoke weed, become a LGBT in a mitre, you will be with him. You're going to be making all of his mitres. Everyone understands. Okay, make him something else. If you got to make stuff, make him an apron or something. Who the hell the fuck? What do I care? Make him whatever other thing he likes to wear. But that is for a priest, Doc. We wear those to go to camp. You get my point? Read the precept you wanted to read for everybody.
Exodus 28 and verse 4. And these are the garments which they shall make: a breastplate, and an ephod, and a robe, and a broidered coat, a mitre, and a girdle. And they shall make holy garments for Aaron thy brother and his sons, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office.
Yeah, that's it. Right? Yes, that's correct. Absolutely. Okay. Anything else?
If I could ask another question, sir.
Go ahead.
Sir, I was trying to find out what the fowls of the air was in Daniel's 2 and 38, sir.
Go ahead, Warrior.
Sir.
I'm gonna try to go back on TikTok too. Go ahead.
Say it again, sir.
I'm just telling everyone I'm gonna try to go back on TikTok if it doesn't mess everything up. Go ahead.
This is Daniel's 2 and 38. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beast of the field and the fowls of the heaven hath he given into thine hand, and hath made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold. So I just wanted to confirm whether the fowls of heaven are the other nations as well, besides the beasts of the field, because they come up.
Because right there it said what? Read it one more time.
And wheresoever the children of men dwell.
So the children of men is speaking about the other nations. You know that, right? So go ahead.
The beasts of the fields and the fowls of the heaven hath he given into thine hand.
So now, first I want you to tell me what this is about. Wherever the children of men dwell. So that's Europe. That's the Americas. That's great. That's Australia. That's every country on the planet Earth except for the land of Israel, right? Wherever they dwell, wherever they live. At one time, it even included the land of Israel, because heathens dwelt in our land. You understand, right? Wherever they live, the beasts, the animals, the birds belong to us. They belong to us. And if you control the animals, what do you control in the land?
Livestock.
You control the food. That's correct. You control the food. You control how people eat. And if you control how people eat, you control how people survive. You understand? Keep going.
The beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven hath he given into thine hand.
All the birds in the sky he's given to us. So we can shoot the quail. We can decide not to shoot the ducks. We can shoot the pigeons. We can decide not to shoot the eagles. They belong to us. Keep going.
Kalawakan, and hath made thee ruler over them all.
And we rule over all of those animals in the land where heathens dwell, in the land where the other nations dwell. So what is the point of that, Benjamin?
Oh, it's a saying, you know, you rule over the animals wherever people are.
Not people. It didn't say people. What did it say?
Like the children of men. The children of men dwell.
Let me give you the point, Ak. As you go to these lands that are ruled by other people, you don't have to behave there like you can't have that land. You can have it. You can have Jamaica, even though it's the land that belongs to a heathen. You can have Brooklyn. You can have the Americas. You can have, now they live there. The other nations live there, and they're going to live there until their time is up. But brother, we can survive there. We can have the birds and the fish and the land and the livestock. Now the other nations will also live there, but it doesn't mean that we can be provided for by the Lord our God. We don't have to be poor and suffer here because we're in the land of our enemy, because the Most High will give the lambs, the cows to us. He always has. They're the only reason that we're poor in these countries, brother, is because of oppression. Asher, play the video I sent to you earlier today.
Which one, sir?
The one about the places that black people ruled.
Yes, sir.
Listen to this carefully. This is a myth that the IUIC teaches. The IUIC teaches that we're nothing but N-words and nothing but wetbacks. They teach that we're filthy by nature. The IUIC hate Latinos and they hate black people. Right. And they believe that blacks and Latinos are filthy by nature. And what will they bring up? They'll bring up our poverty. They'll bring up the fact that many of us can't afford to take care of our children. They'll bring up the fact that we're in jail. They'll bring up the fact that crooked cops like them have the right to pull us over every day. They'll bring up the flaws in our society and say that's the reason that we're nothing but N-words and wetbacks. That's a lie, brother. That's a lie. That's a lie. The only reason we're poor is because of oppression. Is because the heathens, the other nations that live among us, they don't allow us to have the birds. They don't allow us to have the livestock. They don't share the wealth of the land with us. They deny us the right to eat, to survive. And without that, brother, the Most High would give us the birds. He'd give us the cows. He'd provide for us. Play the video up.
Also, I have another video right after this, sir, that goes against what that shows what you just said as well, sir.
No problem.
This is how and why black people were labeled as lazy. Here are 4 black towns that you will not learn about in history books. Allentown, California. Allentown, founded by Colonel Allen Allensworth, was established as a place where black Americans could govern their own businesses and government institutions. Allentown had its own school district, bakeries, drugstores, and the Allensworth Hotel. Agriculture dominated the economy as several black farmers moved into or near the township. The town did pretty well until whites were rumored to damage the water supply and ran a railroad through it. Allentown still exists, but its once prosperous wealth has been decimated. Weeksville, New York. Weeksville was founded in 1838 by a freedman named John Weeks. This area would have been the second largest community for free blacks in the pre-Civil War era. Black businesses, schools, churches, and homes for the elderly were all set up there. Today, the area is known as Bed-Stuy in Brooklyn, carrying the rich legacy of its historical significance. Black Dom, New Mexico. Mr. Francis Boyer established Black Dom, the first all-black settlement in the New Mexico territory. Here, over 300 black families found a home. Collectively, these families owned 15,000 acres of land. The town included essential amenities such as a blacksmith shop, a post office, and schools. They also grew their own crops, fostering a strong sense of community and self-reliance. Deerfield, Colorado. Founded by Mr. Oliver Toussaint Jackson, Deerfield aimed to create a self-sustaining settlement for black Americans. This flourishing farming community thrived with 40 farms and a 140-acre town site. In 1921, Deerfield's values surpassed $750,000, boasting livestock worth over $200,000 and annual farm production of nearly $125,000. The town featured black-owned gas stations, dance halls, and schools. Black freedmen, please do not let anyone tell us that we are lazy. There is nothing that we have not done, including building our own black town.
Give him a hand. Well said, Al. So you see that out? So once again, man, if we were left alone, we would thrive and we would surpass the children of men that live in this land. We would surpass them. And all of the race riots you've always heard about have not been race riots, but they've been the competitors coming to stomp out their competition. The neighboring white towns coming to stomp out Black success, Latino success that rival their towns. You understand?
Cut over concert.
All right, next.
Concert, one moment, there was a slight difficulty with the next video. I'm emailing it now.
I think I'm slowing down to taste again.
Okay, so I got it right here. Let's see if this is. In the meantime, Officer Abraham, any questions, sir?
I'm Tawada.
Windsor, any questions?
I'm Tawaba.
I got a question online for you, sir.
Please.
Someone, one of the brothers, can you get 2nd Esdras chapter 5? We're going to read verses 7 and 8. This brother here asked for a breakdown on 2nd Esdras chapter 5, verses 7 through 8.
Go ahead and read it.
2nd Esdras chapter 5, verse 7, sir. And the Sodomitish sea shall cast out fish and make a noise in the night, which many have not known, but they shall all hear the voice thereof. Verse 8, there shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be off sent out again. And
let me break it. You want me to break this down from the top? Is that right?
Concert, verses 7 through 8.
Okay, Sodomite sea. Is this 2nd Esdras?
2nd Esdras, yes, sir. Chapter 5.
Am I frozen on the screen?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm gonna come off the TikTok, all right?
Concert.
Okay, that's probably all I can do. I think I'm off. I wasn't even on TikTok. Okay, unless you want me to restart it again, Asher. What do you think?
You two out right now, sir.
Okay. Go ahead.
Want me to read again, sir?
Please.
2nd Exodus chapter 5, verse 7. And the Sodomitish sea shall cast out fish.
The Sodomitish sea shall cast out fish. What happens when a fish is cast out the sea?
It dies, sir.
It died, meaning there's a time coming, the Most High prophesied it, when Sodomites are going to die.
Right.
When Sodomites die. When this sea is Sodomite. This sea is just like Sodom and Gomorrah. That's the spirit that rules the IUIC.
Right.
The spirit of Sodom and Gomorrah. Why?
Right.
Because the IUIC is controlled by a flaming sodomite. He controls the IUIC, and he is absolutely immoral, and he teaches immorality to his people, to his congregation. Well, who else is a famous sodomite? The rulers of America are sodomites.
Right.
Right.
The rulers of Great Britain are sodomites. Right. The rulers of this world are all sodomites. Why? Because they have no law. They don't live their lives by law. They live their lives by lust.
Right.
And if lust rules you, then the trauma of your life can rule you, because all of you got your lust from trauma. Right? You start smoking cigarettes to calm your nerves, didn't you? You needed those cigarettes. You needed to smoke weed to calm down, to be able to relax. Why did you need to relax? Because of the stress of your life, the stress of growing up where you grew up, having the kind of parents that you had. Well, why is Nate a sodomite? Nasty Nate, Bishop Nate? More than likely because he was violated as a little boy. Violated in church. Nate seems like he lived in church when he was a child. His mama probably kept him in church every damn minute of the day. He was probably molested in church. And now he has an Israelite group built on his own corruption. Well, that sodomite sea is going to cast out fish. Sodomites are going to die. Everybody understands. We saw that happen with the AIDS epidemic and monkeypox, and it's going to keep happening, which is why I don't know how anyone calls the ISUPK a hate group when the group that teaches you to do whatever you want and to live how you want to live gets you killed. Right. You're dying from that freedom. You're dying from that liberty. I don't know what to do about you. Listen, man, I got to move on. The sodomite sea is talking about death. Go ahead.
And make a noise in the night, which many have not known, but they shall all hear the voice thereof.
And make a noise in the night that many have not known. What's that noise in the night? Just like the noise they heard in Egypt in the middle of the night, the screams and the wailing of mourners, of people who have lost their families. Because why? Because everyone went with the flow. Everyone, do you get the metaphor, Brooklyn? Everyone went with the flow. Everyone goes with the flow in America, don't they? Right? Everyone just does the same thing. Everyone does the same thing. Why? Because they're fish in the sea. Well, in the UPK, we don't go with the flow up, and we survive. Keep going.
Verse 8, there shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be all sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters.
So all of this is once again talking about, Ash, am I frozen totally where this is terrible?
Your voice and image are not matching up, sir.
Okay, should we drop the image? Is that going to help it? Or what do you want to do?
We can hear you, sir.
Okay, you want me to just keep going as is?
Come on, sir.
All right, maybe. Oh, shit. I clicked something. 1 second.
What?
Asher, Asher, see if the brothers in the room could come off the Wi-Fi. Maybe it's on your end.
Any brother that's attached to the Wi-Fi, please get off the Wi-Fi.
Everybody check your phone for your Wi-Fi. Check your phone, right? Just in case.
All right. What's next?
No. Counsel, I have a video that I wanted to play next.
Go ahead.
This matches up with the video about us black people and Hispanics not being lazy, like the IUIC and their leader Bishop Nasty Nate wants everyone to believe. So while IUIC is calling black people niggers and Hispanic people wetbacks, which we have the video to prove as well, black and Hispanic people in the ISUPK were feeding not only the Haitians but the people that crossed the border after that ban was lifted, preventing our brothers from the Hispanic tribe from crossing over. And this is some video footage from the brothers down there in the south under Captain Kahan, led by Captain Yatazak, helping our brothers and sisters down there. So I'm gonna play the video right now, sir.
They say they are desperate. Back home, they couldn't afford food for their family. So many migrants fleeing political upheaval, gang violence, or even droughts, looking for a new life in the U.S. Like Jonathan, who also came from Venezuela.
Are you happy that you made it to the United States?
Sí, bastante. Yes, it was a huge sacrifice, crossing jungles, many countries. It wasn't easy, he tells us.
Hey, Shalom, we're going to be out here right now on our way to El Paso, Texas. Commander General Hunter sent his men out to go and help the Hispanics at the border. You know what I'm saying? Our job is we're not commissioned to care about the rich. We're commissioned to care about the poor. Christ said, blessed are they that are poor in spirit. So that's what we're going to go do. We're going to go help our brothers at the border, man. You see right here, got the box trucks, got the oxygen, ready to work. You know what I'm saying? We at a rest stop right now. So we about to get back on the road, get back to work. It's gonna be a glorious day for Black Spanish Native Indians. So stay tuned.
In San Antonio, you got Houston out here, RGB out here, Mexico out here, Saline, brothers from
El Paso, right by the border. They ended Title 42, and they told the brothers that they could come over and seek asylum. And then as soon as they started to come over to seek asylum, they started to change the rules. And now they're saying that if they come over here, they're going to get jail time, which will not allow them to get over here and get the asylum that they promised. So there's some people that are over here that are stuck. There are like 11,000 that they sending back a day to other countries. They're making it now to where they have to seek asylum in the country that they come from before they can get asylum in the United States. Told them. So right now we just getting out here, we're setting up. We got the food packed.
Tu Dios te ha escogido para hacerle un pueblo especial. Jehová tu Dios te ha escogido para hacerle un pueblo especial. Un pueblo. No está hablando de los chinos, no está hablando de los árabes, no está hablando de los japoneses, de nosotros. Nosotros somos la gente más odiada en este Gales por un río que nos pertenecía a nosotros. Este es nuestro continente. Esta tierra no es de estos gabachos, es nuestra tierra.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Wipes? I mean, diapers?
And that's what the brothers did on the Command General Hana.
Ouch, give him a hand. Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
What an amazing work. What an amazing work, brother. That is a priesthood. Those are servants, brother. Let me tell you, the day that Captain Yatazak led those brothers out there under Captain Kahan, man, he called me and told me one of the most beautiful things that I have ever heard in my time, in my career under Commanding General Yohana. They're out there, and I think in El Paso, Texas, and he's telling me about all the people that, can only take as much as they can hold in their hands because they know that once we leave, someone is going to steal it from them. So although they need more, they're just taking as much as they can guard because once we're gone, they believe that they're going to be robbed, and they're crying because they want to take so much more. And so Captain Yatazak is giving them the things that they need. And many of them don't want to be on camera because they're afraid that if anyone sees them, someone will come later tonight and rob them. So they're scared to even take the food and the diapers that they need. But yet they have to take some, but they don't want to take too much. And so then later, Captain Yatazak said that he had Officer Yashakar translate this statement for him. He said, I'm from the tribe of Judah. I'm a so-called black man from America. And I want to apologize to you because I know that my tribe has not been there for you, and we haven't supported you the way that we should, and we haven't made it a point to be angered when you're offended, and to be hurt when you're hurt, and to cry when you cry. We haven't joined you the way we should have joined you in this struggle, and I want to apologize on behalf of every black man that didn't make your struggle his struggle. And I hope that I can give you these things today as a gift that can heal our relationship, heal our brotherhood. Kom Yasha Allah.
Kom Yasha Allah.
Allah. That's it, Ak. That's how it's done. Now, can you believe? Let me show you the converse. Let me show you the other side.
That's a perfect segue, sir.
Please play the video of the IUIC, please.
Yes, sir.
By you. That's the weasel. That's right. Okay, the conquistador.
Yes. Wow. And guess what, Wetback? We know you who you are too. And guess what, Wetback? We know you who you are too. We know you who you are too. And guess what, Wetback? Yes. Wow. And guess what, Wetback? We know. Wow. And guess what, Wetback? Wow. And guess what, Wetback? We. Wow. And guess what, Wetback? Wow. And guess what, Wetback? And guess what, Wetback? We know you who you are too. And guess what, Wetback? We know you who you are too. And guess what, Wetback? We know you who you are too. You ain't gonna escape. God got your judgment for you, because you always been a nobody. All right, where we at? And guess what, Wetback? We know.
Asher, can you see me?
Sir, we see you.
Yeah, I'm going to stop you with some of those. I need someone from the IUIC in the chat to explain this to me. Are you telling me you're in a group that hates Latinos, that calls Latinos wetbacks? To give you brothers some context, this is some Latino brother who left their group. And so he's calling him a wetback. He said, you always were a nobody, wetback. Guess what, wetback? Are you telling me this is your group? This is a man of God. He is a crooked cop. Right. He hates black people and says they're nothing but N-words. He calls the UPK. He says we're only N-words that would listen to N-words. We're just a bunch of N-words. And the minute you leave his group, you become a wetback. Why? Because he is a crooked cop. Right. Cops are racist. They're racist against Latinos. He called this man a wetback for leaving his group. Asher, is there anyone in IUIC in the chat room?
Most likely.
IUIC, when that African murdered Joy Morgan, what did he call him? Right. Huh? When that African murdered Joy Morgan, show me the video of him saying any racial slur against Africans. Just show me. I'm waiting. Whenever you're ready, I'll give you a few minutes to put it in the chat or just to tell me about it. An African murdered Joy Morgan. He did not use one racial slur to describe that filthy piece of garbage. But a Latino brother leaves his group. He calls him a wetback. He's a crooked cop and he's racist. He's racist against Latinos. They just shut down my live. I don't know what I said.
Let him finish.
They just shut down my live on TikTok. I don't even know how TikTok works. I don't know what I even said that was so wrong. Anyway, the IUIC hates Latinos. They hate them. This is what I have to say. Mi nombre es General Mahayaman. Soy tu hermano. Y estos son los anuncios. Somos la escuela israelita de conocimiento práctico universal desde 1 Oeste calle 125 Harlem, Nuevo York. Bajo el mando General Yahana desde el 1969 carnales. Estás la verdad. Si tú eres latino, negro o indio nativo, tú eres Israel, el pueblo, elegido Dios. Tu madre y tu padre dicen que somos un culto y mantienen su iglesia sin culpa. Órale.
Órale.
Get it on.
Counselor, Officer Abadia wanted, I think he had a question or wanted to say something.
I just wanted to comment. That's the same brother from the that happened with everything with Kana. That's who they're talking about, calling him a wetback.
We're getting into that next. Bishop Kanai. That's part of the proof that the IUIC are simply another Eddie Long organization run by the Israelite Eddie Long. Nasty Nate, the crooked cop, the purple pig. He's an Israelite Eddie Long. All right. Let me get a few more questions and then we'll get it on. All right.
Officer Hazab has a precept, sir.
Go ahead, Doc.
I have Ecclesiasticus 6 and 8. For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. And there is a friend who being turned to enmity and strife will cover thy reproach.
Damn right, brother. Friendship is something that's a foreign and alien concept outside of the UPK, brother. Let me tell you, I've been in so many battles and fought great powers and enemies during my time under commanding General Yohana, brother. And this is something that I've always relied upon because it has always proved itself to be true. There is no one and no power, no government or no entity that can destroy the Israelite school of UPK because we love each other.
That's right.
We care about one another.
Right.
And because of that, we cannot be defeated. No one can ever defeat us because we love each other. And brothers and sisters that love each other and are fixed, joined together for the work of Christ, brother, cannot be defeated.
That's right.
Can't happen. Everyone understands.
Come on, sir. Sir, I have another question from online.
I'm ready.
This is from Kazakh Damar. Can a brother get Exodus chapter 22 and verse 29? He would like a breakdown. He would like to know what it means to give your firstborn unto the Lord.
I got you. Go ahead.
22 and 29. Read, Baba Kasha.
Chapter 22, verse 29. Thou shalt not delay to offer the first of thy ripe fruits and of thy liquors. The firstborn of thy sons shalt thou give unto me.
The first, when it says the firstborn of anything to the Most High was important. The firstborn lamb, the firstborn animal, the firstborn of the first fruits that rose up in the beginning of the harvest because they're the strongest. Well, your firstborn son is your strongest son. He's your eldest son. He's the oldest son. And because of that, he has to be given to the Most High. What does that mean? He has to take a commitment to fight for the law, to stand for the law. Because if you give your firstborn to the Most High, he will make sure that when you're gone, the entire family serves the Lord. So it's like making a commitment with your eldest son. That your eldest son is not going to be able to do his own thing, mainly to serve the gods of the land that he lives in, mainly to go about his own business and do his own will. But your firstborn son is the one who was going to take up your burden of standing for the law, of standing for the Most High. Why? Because when you're gone, he's in charge. And that's the point. When you're gone, when you're not here anymore, your wife isn't going to be in charge. Your widow will not be in charge, but your son will be in charge. And you've given your son to the Lord, meaning you have made sure to dedicate him to speaking your language, to keeping your traditions, to upholding what is right, to fighting in the war that must be fought. Your son is dedicated to service. And because of that, your entire lineage will be dedicated to service, because when you're dead, he'll make sure that his younger brothers and his sisters do the same thing. And then when he has a son, he will repeat the oath that you had him take. Everyone understands.
Khan, I have a precept,
Counselor, I have
sir.
a question on that.
Let me get Ibadja. Go ahead.
I had the precept, Exodus 34:19. This 34:19. All that openeth the matrix is mine, and every firstling among thy cattle, whether ox or sheep, that is male. 20. But the firstling of an ass thou shalt redeem with a lamb, and if thou redeem him not, then thou shalt break his neck. All the firstborn of thy sons thou shalt redeem, and none shall appear before me empty.
That's it. So your firstborn son is a servant of God. You're making sure of it. Why? Because he's the one that's going to make sure the younger brothers do it and the sisters do it. He's going to be your right hand, which means he's going to be the Lord's right hand, because he is committed to upholding the law of his father. Everyone understands?
Counselor.
Anything else?
Yeah, Counselor, I have a question on this. Does this apply for this only applies for people who are in the truth? Because I would imagine, like I have an older brother, but he's in the world.
Of course, your older brother in the world was not given to the Most High, was he?
No, sir.
And how'd that turn out?
Not so good.
Exactly. That's the point. The point is, if you're a parent and you don't give your son to the Most High, then we have the kind of brothers that we have, and we have the kind of families that we have. Yes, this is only applying to someone in the truth. Remember, at this time, being in the truth was, compensatory. You had to do it. You were compelled to do it. At that time, you get my point.
Yes, sir.
That time is coming back.
Obviously, Yatazar has a question, sir.
Go ahead, Warrior.
Sir. If I may, I wanted a breakdown of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 10. I wanted to know if it's talking about someone specific or he that have wisdom. I'll take it from verse 9, sir.
Mm-hmm.
But wisdom is the gray hair unto men, and an unspotted life is old age. Verse 10. He pleaseth God and was beloved of him, so that living among sinners, he was translated. I wanted a breakdown of verse 10, sir.
Okay, read 10 again.
He pleases God and was beloved of him, so that living among sinners, he was translated.
Translated means like he was removed from them. Who is this speaking about exactly? Enoch?
I'm not sure. That's why I wanted to know if it's talking about someone specific or.
Yeah, this is speaking about someone. This is talking about someone specific. You got to read above it to find out who. But this meaning he was living among sinners and he was removed from them. That's what translated means. He was removed or transported or removed from them.
We're in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4. If I may, sir, the previous verses doesn't mention anyone specific.
I'd have to go read it for myself. I think I'm just jogging my memory. This is speaking about someone in specific. I have to read farther down. But this is talking about someone in specific. It might be talking about Christ. It might not be. I have to go read it for myself. But this is a person that this happened to. Read 2 verses above it. Let me hear it.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 8. For honorable age is not that which standeth in length of time, nor that is measured by number of years.
So what that just means is that just because you're old, it doesn't mean you're wise. You would hope that you would gain wisdom with all of your years, but it doesn't work like that every time. Keep going.
Verse 9. But wisdom is the gray hair unto men.
So meaning, if I could, usually a man would look at someone with gray hair and they would say, well, this brother, man, he's been around a long time. He must be wise. That's not true. Simply because a man is old, it doesn't mean that he has gained wisdom in his many years. but wisdom is the gray hair to men. Do you understand? So the same way you would honor someone with gray hairs because they've been around so long and you assume they know so much. Instead, wisdom is that thing that matures you. Wisdom is that thing that gives you honor among men because you're so wise. Do you understand?
Another one card.
Keep going.
And an unspotted life is old age.
And let's say you're an old man, but you're full of sins. You sin your entire life, right? Then that's not an honorable life. But if you have an unspotted life, that's old age. The life that you live, if you've lived the life with no sin, oh, I can treat you like a precious elder because you don't sin. And even though you don't have the gray hairs, look at the wisdom that you have. Look at the kind of life you live. That's your gray hair. That's what honors you. Do you understand? Okay, now I believe the rest is going into it. I might have to read more of it out, or you can read while we're in class. Somewhere it'll tell you who it's talking about. Go ahead.
No, sir. You want me to continue or that's it?
No, you don't have to. You have to just, if you find out who it's talking about or something that seems like it's telling you, you can tell me.
Cut out of what gun, sir.
Go ahead.
If I could, sir. Could I get the next verse after that, Baba Shah, if I could, sir?
Go ahead, read it.
Karawakan. Wisdom of Solomon 4:11. Yes, speedily was he taken away, lest that wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his soul.
Well, I think, do you understand what it's saying?
Guys, okay, referring to Enoch, sir, right? It's saying that he was taken up, so that he would not be on the earth long enough to later on, what do you call that again? To not to betray the Most High, but to disappoint the Most High.
Okay, I would not use the term on the earth, right? Because that is stretching it too far. He was removed from those people. He was taken away from those people who would corrupt him over time, or could have corrupted him over time. But you don't have to leave the planet for that. You just have to leave from around them. You get away from them, and then you're away from the thing that might corrupt you. Now, Enoch later died like every man, but it doesn't say, he was taken off the planet, but it just says that he was removed from them. You get my point? Levi, what do you want to say?
Laz, I was just gonna give the breakdown, sir. You just did other one, if I'm
all right. No sweat. Go ahead.
Sir,
who is that?
Who just joined us?
Oh, this is Atlanta and Chicago.
Give Atlanta and Chicago a hand. All right, next.
It's 8:28. At what time do you want to go into the topic, sir?
About 8:40, 8:35, something around there. Do we have a lot of questions or no?
No, we have two more questions, sir.
All right, then we'll do it after these two.
Come on, sir. This one is from Officer Yashram in Long Island. He said, "Can a brother get Ezekiel 22 verses 1 through 4? He wants to know what was the bloodshed in that in those verses."
No problem. Go ahead and pull it.
Come.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 22, verse 1.
Ezekiel 22.
Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, verse 2, now, thou son of man, wilt thou judge the bloody city? Yea, thou shalt show her all her abominations. Verse 3, then say thou, thus saith the Lord God, the city sheddeth blood in the midst of it, that her time may come, and maketh idols against herself to defile herself. Verse 4, thou art become guilty in thy blood that thou hast shed, and hast defiled thyself in thy idols which thou have made. And thou hast caused thy days to draw near, and art come even unto thy years.
What's the? Can you hear me out?
Come out of what come? We can hear you, sir.
What's his question again, Asher?
What? Please repeat that, sir.
What's his question?
The question is, what was the blood that was shed in verses 1 to 4?
Murder is the blood that was shed. The blood of the so-called Native American Indians. The blood of the so-called Negro. The blood of the so-called Latinos. The blood of the so-called Haitians. The blood of the so-called South and Central Americans. That blood. That's the blood that we're talking about. In this bloody city, in that city of murderers. Right? That city that is greatly prophesied about in the Holy Scriptures, man. That city that is the city of our oppressor, the land of our oppressor. This is a perfect precept for our oppressor. And in every seat that he sits in all across the planet to rule over the children of God, he murders them. He murders them. And he murdered them so much that you think black people are lazy. You think black Latinos are a bunch of, wetbacks. That's how much he murders them. Let me tell you how much he murdered black people. He murdered black people so much, they just stopped trying to build cities. They quit. My God, can you blame us? Every time we went to go build a city, they burned it down and murdered our young men and raped our women. Every time we had a successful business or industry, they burned it to the ground and murdered the people in charge. They killed so many black businesses up, murdered so many thriving black cities. We just gave up. Can you blame us? You know how much of a murderer our oppressor is? He killed so many so-called North American Indians. They just stopped trying. That's how many of them he murdered. He murdered every last North American Indian that would dare to have any independence, dare to show any fight, to show any ability or desire to live on their own or to succeed outside of the reservation. He murdered them so much, they just stopped trying. Can you blame them? Everyone understands. Anything else?
Sir, I have another question from Windsor, sir.
Windsor, you're up.
General Thawada. Could I get a general breakdown on Proverbs, the 21st chapter and the 22nd verse? I'll read it right now. A wise man scaleth a city, Salakia. A wise man scaleth the city of the mighty, and casteth down the strength of the confidence thereof.
You want what that metaphor means?
Sir.
Okay, first you want to imagine a big, tall city with skyscrapers. I just learned that word this week for what skyscraper is, and I've forgotten it already. Scrapielos. Who knows what skyscraper is in Spanish? Ask Alexa. Scrapielos or scrapas?
I think it's edificio.
Say again?
Edificio.
Edificio is the building, but skyscraper is another word. Skyscraper. I learned both of those words this week.
Rascacelios.
Yes, Rascacelios. Rascacelios. Imagine Rascacelios. Tall, grande. Muy grande. Now that's a big, tall building, right? But one man can climb that big building. He can climb it. Read the precept again.
Karawakan, General. A wise man scaleth the city of the mighty.
So this mighty man built this city full of rascacelios. He built a big, strong city, but a wise man can climb those rascacelios. He can climb those things. With what? What does it mean by wise? His skill. His skill. He knows how to get the ropes and to get the pulleys and to get the hooks. And he just knows how to do it. So this mighty man, this strong man, built this city, but a wise man can climb that skyscraper. You understand?
Kind of a content.
Any more?
I appreciate it, sir.
And live your life like that. That's
right.
one West, Doc. We don't live our life like something is too much for us. That's why those purple faggots had to bring out 200 men, because they thought that we were going to swamp them and destroy them with our men. They thought that. We sent out 4 men. And this is the next week after they attacked us with the help of the police. The next week, they came out there with 200 men. We sent the same 4 men. Why? To give them the glory.
Damn right.
To give them the honor. That's why. That's why we sent 4 men, so that we wouldn't steal glory from them. And I pray one day Commanding General Yohana sends me with one reader somewhere to battle somebody, to battle the IUIC, the Muslims, the police, the FBI, the Dalai Lama. I don't give a goddamn. But one day I want the glory. I want the honor. Anyway, until then, let's get it on. All right, so now, was that your question or was that it?
That's it, General Thawada, sir.
No sweat. Anything else?
La, sir. It's 8:36, sir.
Yeah, let me get into now the Purple Pigs, the IUIC. Many of you might not know about this, the IUIC. The IUIC are a Christian Israelite group, which at one time did not exist. You always had fake Israelite groups all throughout, the years that some people realized that they were Israelites. But in general, these groups shied away from the decadence of the Christian church. What do I mean by decadence? Meaning, if you're not in the Israelite school of UPK, you're in a fake Israelite group, and you're not in the truth. But in general, even the fake Israelite groups shied away from the same decadence and lasciviousness and sexual crime that went on in the Christian church. Meaning you didn't expect to get molested in a fake Israelite group, because fake Israelites, even they would not molest you. Even they weren't sexual deviants. But as time goes on, the fake Israelites are developing the same sickness that the Christian church has. Let me show you where it goes. Give me that black woman and her mother. Let me show you where this goes over time. You have it, Asher?
Yes, I do, sir. Here we go.
This afternoon about a gruesome murder in Prince George's County. A woman allegedly killed and dismembered by her daughter and granddaughter. It's a case that is stopping everyone in their tracks, and as Lex Wires explains, it's posing a challenge for investigators too.
Well, the details get more and more disturbing. Police believe that the murder happened on May 23rd, that following weekend, Memorial Day weekend. Neighbors tell me that they saw Craig and Hardy prepping this grill with charcoal and lighter fluid. Those neighbors were headed out of town for the holiday weekend and assumed the family was having a cookout. According to court documents obtained by WTOP, it was 71-year-old Margaret Craig's dismembered body that was put on the grill that day.
Asher, stop. Stop, Asher.
Craig and 19.
Now, damn, that's a hell of a thing. Now, is that the first time that you've ever heard about somebody dismembering their mother and cooking them? Is that the first time you've ever heard that? How about you, Atlanta? Huh?
If I may, sir.
Go ahead, Doc.
For our people, sir, not
for our people, right? For our people. This is not the first time that you've ever heard about someone killing their mother, cutting her up, and cooking her on the grill. But this is the first time you've ever heard of a black woman doing it. Right. You understand? That's the time that you live in. We're close to the end. And you're going to see black serial killers, black mass murderers, Hispanic, Latino mass murderers things that, brother, when I was a kid, you could profile every mass murderer. He was always going to be white, always.
That's right.
Anybody killing their mother was white. Anybody that cut their mother up in little pieces and cooked them and ate them was white. But those days are over. Why? Because as time goes on, because we're still here, how's a hub? Because we're still here, what has happened? How's a hub?
Because we're still here, we're being beguiled by the children of men, the other people.
Give him a hand. Yeah, he knows why I asked him. You see, we didn't get translated. We didn't get translated. We're still here. And over time, we will act just like them. We'll get corrupted because we're not translated. One day we will be translated when our king returns. Then we're all going to be taken up. We're all going to be taken up, brother. One day, by and by, we are going to be free from the influence of these heathens. One day, but that day is not here. And so because of that, what happens? Before you know it, we're making mass shootings. We're murdering. We're selling drugs. At one time, brother, in the 30s, if you found a dead black man, what did everyone say? Who wants to know if you study history? You came outside, you found a dead black man in the street. Do you know what everyone in the town said? Who knows?
If I could, sir.
Go ahead.
An oppressor came and lynched him or murdered him.
That's what they said. They said the Ku Klux Klan must have been here last night. If there was a dead black man, everyone said it must have been the Klan. It must have been an oppressor. Everyone just assumed that an oppressor did it. The Ku Klux Klan did it. Now, if you find a dead black man, you assume someone black did it. That's because we've been here too long. Too long. Well, guess what else has happened over time? Give me this picture. Give me the picture I want up on the screen. Let me show you what else happens over time. If you wait long enough, go ahead.
Which picture, sir?
I want Eddie Long and Eddie Long's Israelite counterpart.
Oh, concert.
Over time, if you wait long enough, and if you're here long enough, and if you aren't staunch in your adherence to the law, you're going to get this. This is what you're going to get over time. Bishop Nasty Nate is the Israelite Eddie Long. And can I point out, Nasty Nate, I think he's transitioning, brother. I mean, you people in the IUIC, this man is transitioning. He's transitioning. He is turning into a woman. And you know it. And he is a closeted homosexual. He's closeted, just like Eddie Long was. But the more money you give him, the more power you give him, he's going to feel like he can be himself. And this is him. He's becoming himself. He's getting free and he's feeling empowered by all your bishopry and all of your bishop talk. You're empowering him to be himself. He is the Israelite Eddie Long. And I'll give you more proof about it. There's a man who serves with him and his bestest buddy named Bishop Kanai. Let's see a picture of Bishop Kanai pretending to urinate. You have that?
No, sir, I didn't get that image.
Okay, well, give me a picture of the Bishop Kanai. Bishop Eddie Long and Bishop Nasty Nate. They're the same being, the same demon. There's a guy that serves under Nasty Nate named Bishop Kanai. Now, Bishop Kanai is just a scoundrel. He's an old school scoundrel.
Yeah.
He's just a thieving, lying, duplicitous scoundrel. He's a snake oil salesman. He's someone with give me the prison picture of him. I don't care. Give me the one where he got locked up while he was in the IUIC by another member of the IUIC. and he had him in the all black and white. He must have got locked up in the 1930s in Mississippi. Where's the one with him in the prison uniform?
Send it to Messenger?
The one with him in prison, Abadja.
The one in prison,
His mug shot in prison. You might not be able to find it. The brother has it out. He's just a nasty scoundrel, Kanai. Well, I'm going to try to explain to you this incident that Kanai had in the IUIC that led to him getting arrested by another member in the IUIC. Had him arrested for stealing. That's not the picture. That's him, but that's not the picture with him in the prison thing.
No, so we're looking for it now.
It's easy to. I think I got it right here on my phone. Abadja has to have it in his phone.
Abadi has it, sir. He's trying to send it to a photographer right now.
Okay. Then I'm gonna need Abadja to try to explain this story to me. All right.
Wearing black.
Okay.
I got it. I just sent it to you. You got it?
Abadja, are you there? While he's putting the picture up, Abadja.
Sir.
Abadja, start from the beginning and tell me about the Bishop Kanai story. You can give me the picture when you're ready, Asher. Go ahead.
Okay, so we got the video. We'll cue that in a second. But Shalom. Basically, long of the story short, from what I know, is they had a Northern Kingdom brother in there. He was already in the business of graphics, basically making websites. From what he explained, they're like I think a lot of their businesses, they just funnel into IUIC, which is a whole nother thing I can get into in a minute. But long of the story short, their main clothing company is something called Original Royalty. According to him, Kanai and the others convinced him to hand that over to them, which is funny that they say he's a nobody. Their main clothing company.
Is this on video? Are you describing something that's on video that we can play?
Yeah, I'm quoting something that's on video. I sent it to a chart, sir.
Okay, so after we get the picture, then Ashar will just play the video, all right?
Khan. So basically, long of the story short, I guess Kanai catches wind that this cat is good with websites and media and so on and so forth. And he goes to him and Kanai connect to try to do business to help with Kanai. So long of the story short, they're doing business work together and they're helping start businesses. Long of the story short, this football player and his wife end up coming into the school and they find out about the Northern Kingdom brother who does all the website design and such. Him and his wife have a idea to go into business making garments for the school. So what he does is he basically assists them in that work, in making the making the garments and all that, and making the website and getting it ready for production. The person who's helping him to like deal with the family and giving him quote unquote counsel was Kanai. Now in the video, because he recorded the quote unquote counsel with Kanai's basically coaching him how to put this man inside of his pocket so that he can further swindle him. And like, when you hear the video, you'll hear him say things like, we don't have to worry about them spending money. They're already spending money because these people got money. So basically what it sounds to, honestly, sir, personally, it sounds like he's just a professional con artist, especially the way he talks. He's like, he basically has it down to a science. This is how I talk to you. This is how I get you inside the idea space. And this is when I pounce on you. And I look at you.
Try to translate. So one of the Issacharite brothers or the so-called Latino brothers that are in that school, the same school that called them a wetback when they left the school. He had a business, and Kanai found his way to take over this man's business. Took over the man's business. And there was another man who was an ex-football player. Him and his wife came in there. And Kanai found a way to funnel all of that football player's money into this business that he now owns. And then later on, the football player had him arrested because he wrecked some home that the football player gave him. Right. Where's the picture? I actually just leave the picture up so I can see the picture. That's him. Somehow he went to jail in the 1930s, Mississippi. He's in the movie Life. Kanai was him, Eddie Murphy, and Martin Lawrence in the movie Life. cat here, he is a con artist and disgusting. And now we're gonna play the videos that that Ibaja just talked about. Go ahead.
Cancer. So the first one we're gonna play is him explaining how Kanai came to him talking about his money woes. So you got the AOF videos for AOF.
Now, Asher, leave the picture up, split screen. The picture of Kanai with the brother talking about it.
It's like I said, I won't be able to do that.
Okay.
The technology won't allow for that.
I can dig it. Go ahead.
Salakia, the AOF one first. Videos for AOF. Khan, so this is the brother right here. His name's Bezalel. What's called? That's why they call him Weasel or whatever the hell.
We're gonna get a video from a brother that was keeping records of things that have been going on.
Can I hear?
I've been watching this campaign come forth from the day I said I was
7:30.
not
I
fellowship.
can't hear it.
And this campaign has been
started from the beginning
to not listen to whatever I had to
not
say.
that.
Right? Basically,
it's too low.
So like I said, that's the video itself as well.
You review it and you're like, holy crap!
Shit, well, this ain't gonna work.
This really went in another
gotta be
direction, and this is evidence of it. So I'm gonna read a scripture real quick.
You got the 7:30.
Sirach 37 and verse 8. I'm gonna start at verse 7. It says, "Every counselor extols wants to do in business." And me being a multimedia artist, being able to do websites, clothing designs, and so forth, I always find myself trying to help him.
Can I pause it for a second?
Let me.
Salaki, because that's the point.
Asher, can I pause it?
Yes, General.
Asher, can I pause it for 1 second?
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you, I try to play these videos from these ex-members of the IUIC, but the problem is the IUIC turns a man into a mouse.
Right.
This cat is a mouse. Why do y'all act like that? Fathers, don't train your sons to be timid. Don't do that. Why in the hell do you talk like that, you IUIC members? Why are you all so timid? I think I know, because you're men who your entire life is pleasing your wife. Your entire life is just being the kind of person that is a good father to his children. And I just want to be with my wife and go watch Netflix with her. Why don't you speak up? What father wants a son to act like that? I can't even play your damn videos. You got so much IUIC in you. You talk like a goddamn scared mouse. I'll try to play it for a couple of minutes. Then I got to translate it because it's just the volume. He turns his personal volume down. Go ahead, play a little bit more of it. Then I'll have to explain it. Go ahead.
If I could skip to hold on.
Namely, some kind of clothing brand.
The Sociopath Next Door by Martha Stout, PhD. One thing that's common.
What?
This guy now IUIC too? Look like.
What?
12 and 27. Sir. John. So now this is him explaining about getting close to the family.
This business meeting came up that I was gonna have with this family. Actually, I met really was talking with the brother's wife in regards to this stuff, because she was the one that had the clothing brand and had all this equipment, sewing machines and stuff like that.
Asher, I text you. Check your text message out.
Play the video for you now, right? Check this out.
I'm recording this so we could go back.
If I may pause it for 1 second.
And on this,
Now, if I may, General, this is the what I was telling you about Kanai basically saying what's it called, like coaching the brother and saying it's counsel. Basically, you're about to hear him literally say, "Don't worry about these people spending money; they have money."
And you can't turn it up anymore, Asher.
No, so the video itself is low.
And what about our volume in the room?
Our volume is high because our volume is Tawab. It's the
All right.
video's volume.
All right, go ahead.
Like you said, they're very soft and timid, so their voice is not projecting. They're not used to speaking without mics, so.
I understand that. Go ahead.
keep in mind that different from past ventures, Bez, is that everything in the past has been trying to patch together a business with duct tape and glue.
Salak, stop.
Now these people got money.
Now, you gotta stop there, Salak. Now you heard what he just said, General.
I heard what he said.
Basically, if I could, he said usually we have to patch a business together with duct tape, but these people have money, which is going back to what I said earlier, why I consider them a con man, because it's like usually I'm conning broke people, but for what, rich people.
Correct. Keep going.
Con, you can keep playing it. You could drop that part. Hold up. He basically explains how to con the brother. Then after that, he goes into, and you said you didn't want Nate's excuse, why Nate was basically like, I don't care.
Yeah, just give me what happened because it's so timid. I can't barely hear. Go ahead. If you need, play more of this. Play more of this.
I'll keep playing it. John.
So you can really go to it, step to it aggressively, and it's not going to be as though you're just trying to make them spend money because they're already spending money. They already spent money. Listen, this way, if you want the social media, if you want the designs, if you want the whatever stuff you do, you name all the stuff that she wants or you can do. He said, listen, I need a staff. Zamira could be one of the staff members, where she could draw salary. She could stay on top of this deal, on top of you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I and you can explain to him, listen, what you're asking for, I already do. But I do it part-time because I'm running out trying to facilitate work. I've been doing it for years. Zamira's doing it right now for you. She's doing it for the church, You have other people in place that you can use. Say, all that I've been doing.
Can I pause that right there?
Sir.
So like Abad just said, this is him schooling the Latino brother on how to take money from this couple, on how he can get money from them. Tell him, listen, I've been doing it part-time. He's schooling them on how to manipulate these people and take their money. So this is one thing he did. So now he keeps doing this and taking money and manipulating people in their church. That's another word that Israelites would never use, would never call their organization a church in the past. Even fake Israelites wouldn't do that. But of course, as time gets closer to the end, Israelites become more Christian. So now they have the church. People, they were doing this for the church. Hallelujah. They were doing this for the church. He begins to steal more and more money. Now give me the pocket. So now the specific couple that Nate is talking about is this cat who they named the Pocket. That was their name for him, the Pocket. Then they named him Kashalakia. And guess what his nickname was for short in the IUIC? Cash. They named the man Cash. First to make fun of him, they called him the Pocket privately among themselves.
If I could, General.
I'm sorry?
If I could, that's some nigga business. So look, some N-word business.
Yeah, give him a
Now, if I may, sir.
Sure.
Before you go to the brother Cash, I got the part where Bezalel basically says he weaseled me out. Basically, now Kanai's counseling the Northern Kingdom brother on how to get close to the Pocket. But now you're gonna see basically the Northern Kingdom brother realizes Kanai pushes him out so that he can get close to the brother.
All right, let's play it, but play it fast.
53.
I'm gonna read the scripture again. This is Ecclesiasticus 37. Okay, verse 7 says, every counselor extolleth counsel, but there is some that counseleth for himself. Beware of a counselor, and know before what need he have, for he will counsel for himself, lest he cast the lot upon thee, and say unto thee, thy way is good.
Christ. Come
so
on,
as you see in the video, he's letting me know everything we're about to do is great. It could benefit the nation. It could do all these things.
This is not like a cell phone.
For he will counsel for himself. And when I went back to this video years later, after everything that happened, which I'm gonna elaborate on now, I watched this and I'm like, it was only until the end of everything that I could go back and be like, oh snap, he really was counseling for himself. He was using me to set himself up to get close to this family. And it says here, and saying to thee, thy way is good. That way is good. And afterward, he stand on the other side to see what shall befall thee. By the end of it all, he was literally on the other side, telling everybody, I'm the damn devil, and I'm this, and I'm that, and I'm.
So basically, to translate, long of the story short, I'm gonna give you this counsel so you can go to the brother. Then somewhere down the line, Kanai became the Pocket's personal counselor. So anything Kanai was telling Bezaleel, the Pocket would then go back and tell Kanai, so that if Kanai then gave Bezaleel messed up information on purpose, he could look good by telling the Pocket, Bezaleel's messed up. You should not trust Bezaleel. Trust me.
And then so then of course he now, the Pocket, trusts him.
Right, and doesn't trust Bezaleel.
And so then of course then he moves into the Pocket's house. Now
Well,
show me
if I may, even worse. He convinced the Pocket to buy him his own house.
Oh Lord. He convinced the Pocket to buy him his own house.
In Texas. Kanai was originally from Florida or was living in Florida. His number two, his best friend that he got kicked out of IUIC because that cat, a cat named Judah Mack, caught on to what he was doing to this brother and kind of was going against it. He got him removed from IUIC and lied to say, you're trying to create your own new camp. When the brother, I think, was trying to create IUIC upstate.
I got you. Do we have any more video you wanted to play?
Not from this. We have Kosh's video. Him and his wife basically crying, explaining the whole thing.
Let's see it. Let's see that, and then let's hear Kanai explaining how he was wrong, and he's going to step down for 3 months.
Right. That'd be Kanai. No, Salakia. That's false prophet. IUIC false prophet.
Okay.
Yeah, Khan started 145.
Do you have any questions in the chat room, Asher?
I haven't checked, so I'm doing the video right now.
Okay, no problem.
It's at 145.
Yeah, Khan started at 145. So if I could, longer the story short, the way this kind of blew up, longer the story short, when I guess the Pocket in his rib finally got wind and was starting to get wise, they had to move quickly. So longer the story short, everybody should be aware, IUIC basically, longer the story short, they all wear the same thing to Passover. So what they do is they order everybody's garment, or they pick out the fabrics, they pick out the style and everything, and then they have everybody get their sizes, and then it's pre-made, right? The thing about that is when you're doing an operation like that, if people try to renege or cancel halfway through, you can end up shooting yourself in the foot. Because you may have bought all the fabric and now people want their money back. So now you don't have the money because you spent it on the fabric, and then so on and so forth. It destroys the business. This is what happened, because once they started to catch wind, they had to do something. So they told everybody, dub your orders. They're not doing it. Ask for refunds, which is why you see what's it called? They ex-members ask for no refunds. That's what that's about.
Okay, go ahead.
Members, no refunds. Lego.
He definitely took advantage of me. This stuff is no different than the church, man. This is why I left the church. This is why I left Christianity in the church, because I saw the corruption. And then I'm seeing it now, and it's on another level. It ain't just the pastors, everybody. It's hard, man. It's hard seeing this stuff and then turning a blind eye. It's hard. It's hard.
Can you pause it, Asher?
Hold the line.
Right, yeah. I mean, Commanding General Yohana tried to tell you.
Right.
That's the point that I'm trying to get across to you half a crybabies in the IUIC.
That's right.
You see, you left the Christian church because they molested you, and because they stole all of your money, and because they ruined your family. And so you thought you could be treated better by an Israelite group. But here's the part that you don't want to know. Here's the part that you don't want to examine. When you went to go look for an Israelite group, you went and looked for an Israelite group that was as close to a Christian church as you could find.
Right.
Because really, you like certain things in the Christian church. but you wanted to get away from the things you don't like. Right. So you went and looked all over the internet and you found an Israelite group that is an Israelite, but they believe in monogamy. They're soft-spoken. They always are cordial. They're cordial with everyone. They're so cordial. They wear purple, just like your preacher and your bishop wore purple. And they are closeted gay men, just like your preacher. You see, you were running from the Christian church, but you didn't want to run into something that was too different than your Christian church. When if you don't want to get molested, then you're going to have to go to the Israelite school of UPK. You're going to have to go to a place that believes a man can have more than one woman. You're going to have to do that. Don't you see? The Catholic Church molests your children. And what do they teach? That a priest can't have any wife at all. The Christians molest your children. What do they say? That a man can only have one wife. What does Commanding General Yohana say? If she's not a whore and she's not another nation and she doesn't belong to another man, you can have as many wives as you want. Now, do you understand what that does? That means that the men that join our school are not men suppressing and hiding some lust for men or children. They're not doing that. Those kind of men join groups that suppress the amount of women that you can have. They suppress it. Give me Nate saying much polygamy. He left the UP. He said he left the UPK because there was much polygamy in the UPK.
Salaki?
Well, we might not have time for that. I might save that till next Thursday.
Salaki?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say there's another part of the video where like they show the screenshots, and also the brother even is on the phone with Kanai saying, "You're living in my house rent free."
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I can't not to tell you.
Certainly, wanted me out the house. But concerning the people and what they're saying, there's nothing that moves forward in it. Now, through the back account, I'm gonna tell you, in 2 months, you guys spent almost $40,000 on your personal stuff through Bank of America. That was the money that could have paid for the garment. So we had the money. You guys squandered the money. So people.
Are you serious? You like
look,
hold on, but hold on. I know, but in that, how much money did you spend?
Not in that account like that. No, I did not. Not in that account like that. No, I did not. Not in that account like that. No, I did not. Not for
what account? So you was, but no wrong. But you was taking money. You was living off the account. You know how the thing was set up to do it, and I know what you're doing. I get what game you're playing, but I understand that. But I understand what you're doing. But you were spending and living off that same account, and yes, you were. You pulled 6,000, 6 here, 6 there, and then you wouldn't even. And I'm pulling money in.
You're yelling. I'm not arguing with you.
No, Bishop.
Okay, you said Todd. At this point,
I didn't say nothing. Really, I'm not done. I'm really not done. I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to explain to you. Here it is, and you going where you pulling from the account. We had the money to do it, to do this, but you living off this same account. And I'm living off this account because it's called this. Hello, man. I'm not done. The Bible says do not interrupt the man in his speech. The Bible says don't interrupt the man in his speech. He said don't interrupt the man in his speech. Bishop, you so full of crap, man. You full of crap. Okay, Bishop, how do you spend $6,000 when you don't pay for shit? How you spend $8,000 plus on top of that you're getting food stamp and you don't pay for nothing? How you do that? You want to talk about squandering money?
You heard that, right, sir? You're spending 8. Yeah,
I did. I heard that. That's what's happening in the IUIC. You see, but once again, they're not doing that because they're niggers. They're doing that because they're thieves. You understand? They're just thieves. And any race can steal. White people steal far more than black people steal. Being black doesn't mean you have to be a thief. All flesh can become thieves, but the IUIC are a bunch of thieves. Now, here's what the pocket should understand. He chose that church because they reminded him of the church he grew up in. That's why he chose, and many people don't know that. A lot of you have the same taste for a woman, and you don't know that you like that woman because she reminds you of your mother. She reminds you of your ex-wife. A lot of you women out there, you keep finding the same type of evil man that's beating you every day. Let me tell you something no one will tell you. You like that. That's the kind of man you like, because you probably saw your father beating your mother, or saw that your first boyfriend used to beat you. And now for some reason, this is the kind of man you like, or at least you like him temporarily until you want to leave him and find a new man who will do the same thing to you. People don't know that you choose your church based on your old church. And don't you see that is the mistake? In the Israelite school of UPK, we are extremely different than the world. Extreme. In an extreme way. And many of you, especially you married brothers who joined the IUIC, you chose them because your wife wanted you to join them. What man will be against him having more than one woman? Right. I don't know what in that. I don't know that type of brother. I don't know him. I don't know what man says, what, polygamy? Oh, never. Oh, gosh, it's me. Never. Damn, even if a brother doesn't want another wife, he's not against the right to having more than one wife. That's right. He's not against his right to have one, even if he chooses not to have one. But you know what man would become a Catholic priest? Only one kind of man, a man who doesn't like women. What type of man would join some organization that says he can only have one wife? A man who barely likes women at all.
It is Pride Month.
Everyone understands.
Come on, sir.
Okay, where are we at? We'll cross the line. Cross the line, you in the room?
Come on, sir. Captain Tazariak.
Hey, give Captain Tazariak a hand. You want to say something, Tazariak?
9.
Sir, 9:30, sir. It's 12, sir.
For water. Any questions?
I have that video, sir.
Go ahead and play it.
And sir, it is Pride Month.
I forgot to make my point. Here's my point, Asher. Well, you might as well play it now. Go ahead.
Salagi, sir. Here we go.
Police detective founds his own basically religious organization. I'm just the founding of Israel United in Christ by you, leaving the New York Police Department. Why not join an existing organization? Why did you start your own?
I so much polygamy. I so much polygamy.
Did you start your own?
I so much polygamy.
I saw. Why did you as a detective and a cop, and that cat who interviewed him, he smelled a rat. He could tell, wait a minute, why are you a cop and you're starting your own religious organization? Why are you doing that? Because that interviewer could smell a rat. He could smell that he did this for some underhanded reason. So he said, why are you as a police detective starting your own religious organization? Why didn't you stay in the existing one? What's the existing one? The Israelite School of UPK. Right. This is the existing one. But you know why he left us? Because he saw much polygamy.
Start your own.
I so much polygamy.
Listen up. Pocket, this goes for the Pocket, the Latino brothers that were in there. You joined some Israelite group that called you wetbacks. You joined that group. You as a Mexican joined a religion that calls you a wetback when they get angry at you. Just like a cop, would call you a nigger and a spick when they get angry at you. You join them. You join an Israelite group full of bishops and deacons and purple, and not much polygamy, but much murder of Joy Morgan.
Right.
That's what you have. You got much murder of transvestites after you have sex with them. And you got much murder of Joy Morgan. You join an Israelite group that reminded you of the church you grew up in. Guess what? That's what you get. That's what you get. Because you run from commanding General Yohana's strict rules. Strict rules. The rules in the UPK. We are men of morality. You can't come in here and be some charlatan and some thief con artist like Kanai was. You'll get kicked out of here. You'll get stripped of your rank and you'll get removed if you do something terrible to brothers and sisters in the UPK like Kanai did to those brothers in the IUIC. But what happened to Kanai? Kanai said he stepped. Do you have that video of him stepping down for 3 months? Kanai stepped down for 3 months, came right back as the purple bishop in charge under Nate. Now, you might ask yourself, why wasn't his punishment more stern? Why didn't he get busted forever? Why did he even allow Kanai to be a bishop again after he did something like that? Why didn't he remove Kanai? Kanai removed himself. If you have the video, Kanai said, I'm stepping down for 3 months because I'm sorry for what I did. Why didn't Nate remove Kanai? Why didn't he suspend him? Why didn't he bring him back as a deacon or whatever y'all have, whatever your rank system is, that gay-ass rank system? Why didn't he remove him? Who can guess why? Now, if you can understand Christians, and if you can understand Eddie Long, put the picture back up with Nate and Eddie Long, then this will explain why Nate was so soft on Kanai's criminal activity that he did in the IUIC. Can anyone guess?
If I may?
Not you. I know you know already.
Salaki.
Anyone in the chat room? Hold on, Mayan. No morality is right, but why not him? Meaning other people that leave his group, he calls them wetbacks and calls them niggers and hates them. But Kanai, I might need to give you this history.
Salaki.
Well, before you answer, Kanai was with Nate from the beginning. Kanai was with Nate back when they were in the house of David. Kanai has been with Nate for a long time. He knows just how nasty Nate is. So now I'll ask you again. Why wasn't he more strict on Kanai's punishment? I just damn near gave you the answer.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead, Doc.
They partners in crime. They buddies. They in cahoots. They together.
Yeah, and Kanai knows the secrets about Nate.
Right.
And Nate does not want Kanai to leave the IUIC. There's really nothing that Kanai could do to get kicked out of there. Nothing. Why? For the same reason a preacher will pay you money to keep his secrets. There are so many stories like this in the Christian church. Many of you, I know these stories. Some of these young men in these Christian churches, they know what the pastor did. Sometimes the pastor did it to them. And because of that, the pastor will give you money every week. The pastor will pay your rent. And you might be wondering, why is the pastor paying this kid's rent? Why does the pastor never kick this boy out, no matter what he does? Because this boy knows the bishop's secrets.
Right.
Kanai knows the nasty history of Nate. He's seen the pictures. Remember, Nate sent every man in that school a penis picture one time. He sent everyone in there a penis picture. Can you imagine what Kanai knows? The secrets he knows. Kanai is not getting kicked out of there. Kanai gonna be your nasty bishop until he's destroyed, because he knows the secrets of nasty Nate. Put the picture up on the screen again of Nate and his counterpart in the Christian church. You see, you left the Christian church to join another Christian church. to join an Israelite Christian church. They do the exact same thing. They both hustle you and steal from you and lie to you. They both hate polygamy. They can't stand all that polygamy. They both allow women to run their groups. They both believe that there's strength in numbers and not in godliness. They all believe that. And just like your Christian church, they're run by a homosexual. And Nate is a homosexual, a closeted homosexual. And Kanai knows it. And Kanai is keeping the secrets of Nate, hiding all of his secret nastiness. And because of that, even though he stole money from someone in the truth and did corruption, not in the truth, Lord forgive me, someone in the IUIC, which is not in the truth, even though he did corruption from someone in the IUIC, stole from the congregation, he still didn't get kicked out. He still didn't even get punished at all. He stepped down himself for 3 months, and I have the video, because he knows Nasty Nate's personal nasty business. Because the IUIC and Nasty Nate, Bishop Nathaniel, is the Israelite version of Bishop Eddie Long. I pray you understand. Was that it?
Khan, if I may, sir.
Go ahead, huh?
To piggyback off what you're saying, just like all Christians, they're hypocrites. You're on welfare, but if a black man don't got a job, you are a bum.
Yeah, well, once again, you can't be a bum, so you got to steal from people in your church to not be a bum.
Khan, sir. They live in their house.
You know, you don't want to be a bum, right? You got to have money. Well, so then if you don't have a job, you got to steal from the people in your nasty church. And I don't feel sorry for you Israelites that join the IUIC. You join them running from commanding General Yohana's correction, running from his strict order, running from his cruel tutelage. You run from our order because that cruel tutelage in the UPK would have made sure you were safe, would have made sure that no one stole from you. And if someone did steal from you, Lord, they would pay for it. You ran from that, and you ran right into the arms of a purple Eddie Long, of an Israelite Eddie Long. And you need to repent. And I want to see some of you IUIC members come on here and apologize for what you said about commanding General Yohana, for what you said about us. You talk evil about us, and then you got robbed by Kanai. So where's your apology at to commanding General Yohana? Where's your apology? You ran from us. Next week class, I'm doing a whole class on polygamy. Tell your wife. Tell your wife next week's class is going to have much polygamy in it. Much polygamy. I'm doing it next week, an entire class about polygamy. Make sure your wife tunes in. With that, pass it over to the warrior.
Polygamy?
We'll salute him in the room.
So, like I said, if I may, real quick.
Go ahead.
Also, don't forget the Midwest Fire Weekend Cookout is just starting July 26th. There's a link in the chat that's being put in right now to help support the GoFundMe page for Captain Marquand and all the brothers out there. So make sure you support the Midwest Fire Weekend that's happening July 26th. We also got a debate going on June 25th on Cross the Line Radio. Captain Tazariak will be battling and destroying some guy who calls himself Elder Yara. That's on Cross the Line Radio on June 25th. And the link for the GoFundMe for the Chicago Cookout is in the chat right now. It's on the screen.
The Water Warrior.
All right, clap it up for the class. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amajim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat. Amajim, Barak. Yahba Hashem, Yahshua Rakatah.
Yahba Hashem, Yahshua Rakatah.
Yazmatah, sword, and turn to the sisters. Sisters, Amajim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat. Amajim, Barak. Yahweh Shemar, Yahba Hashem, Yahshua. Yaz Matah, class dismissed.